Sorry, what are your names here now?
Chief Deputy Scott Grice.
Okay, and,
And Sergeant Josh Mass.
okay. Do you have something that you wanted to?
Yep, I have a statement here from the sheriff. The Pine County Sheriff's Office is committed to the protection of the people, property, and rights. We also understand the need for orderly conduct of governmental business at all levels. The Arnott Township Board has the right and responsibility to conduct meetings for the benefit of their residents. The board has the right to conduct their meetings, and all people have the right to attend public government meetings. The board can determine the matter of how the meetings are conducted. If the board determines a person's actions do not allow for the meeting to be conducted, they have the right to ask the person to leave. If the person refuses to comply, the board can request law enforcement to assist in the removal of that person via the Minnesota trespass statute. The enforcement can include escorting from the property, issuing a citation, and arrest, if the circumstances warrant. The Sheriff's Office would request that everyone will comply with the guidelines provided to allow for the board meeting to be productive and to interact with those involved in a mutual beneficial manner.
You left out warnings. They're supposed to give us a warning first.
I did say that.
I didn't hear that part.
Well, I for one don't think it should go that far. We're all adults here, we should come into these meetings with an open mind and listen. Make your feelings felt, do not interrupt.
Well, we're on the agenda, so we get to talk.
I understand that, I just said, you have a right to speak.
We're
I
on the
did say
agenda
that.
tonight, so I'm gonna
I
speak.
did say that, you've
Okay.
got a right to speak.
Want me to
But
run it, Cheryl?
Yeah, go ahead.
when the meeting is going on, until you've been noticed and given the chance to speak, you have to
Okay,
keep quiet.
hold on here. Are you running the meeting, or these
No.
guys running
Okay,
the meeting?
well,
or-
I've been telling you to be quiet.
I
You're
don't
not-
understand.
We have one more
I
thing.
don't
I'm-
Hey,
understand.
she's talking.
Quiet, please.
She's talking.
Be
No,
quiet.
I understand
Oh,
that.
then
I'm
be
just explaining
quiet.
them I'm on the agenda.
Let her
All
talk.
right,
You
then
said
why
that.
can't you shut your mouth?
You're just telling me I don't have a word to say here.
Not right now.
Let's move on.
Bob, you had something more that you need to say.
I'm gonna.
That's why we missed a lot of other stuff, is because all of them.
Just give me a second here.
Yep.
Well, Grandpa's gonna just clean up. I'm doing this for a specific purpose that kind of Bernie alluded to earlier in the meeting, which is when I'm sitting up there, I'm a part of the board, I'm a employee of the township. Even just, I don't know, psychologically, if nothing else, and it kind of puts a person in a different position. But,
You're right.
and I understand that. So I have submitted a agenda request not as the zoning administrator of the township, but as a citizen of the township, just like you are. So I'm moving out here, where you guys sit, to have my agenda request with the township, exercising the very same First Amendment rights that you want to exercise. And I would appreciate you being quiet. I have mine, I'm going to use my full 5 minutes, so you're probably going to have to be a little bit patient. But,
There's only 5 minutes an hour.
well, ask Jan, it's discretion. You try to target about 5 minutes. Other
Okay.
townships normally do, I don't know that there
We
is.
got about 3 into it, so let's move on.
Yeah, right. It's Jan Crawford, it's not up to you to say that I'm done. It's up to Jan
Say you're
Crawford
done.
and Jan Crawford only to say if I am done or if I am not done. You are being inappropriate to the entire process. So, in a follow-up then, coordinated with the Pine County Sheriff's Department, first, before I begin my part, I have a statement from Reese Fredrickson, who is the county attorney, who couldn't be here tonight, as Sheriff Jeff Nelson couldn't be here tonight. He sent a
For
deputy.
what?
Would you please be quiet?
I'm getting there. This is the kind of disruption that we suffer, so.
Well, we got 3 officers here, and we need them too.
Would you be quiet?
I didn't, they sent whatever they wanted. Don't look at me, whether
They
it's
sent
1,
all
3, or
police force.
29.
Todd,
Todd, it's not up to you to say a
Quiet.
word. It's not up to you to open your mouth, period. Till I am done, not talk, period.
Stop yelling at me, man, I'm not a
Then be
little
quiet.
child.
It's getting a little old, Todd.
No, I understand, we don't need the whole police force here,
Be
Bob.
quiet.
Well,
Just 'cause
that's-
you want them here.
Yeah,
That's wrong.
that's-
Todd,
It's up to the police
Yes.
force to decide how many to bring.
next
I-
time you speak, I'm gonna tell you to leave.
Yeah,
Until
okay,
it's
tell
your
it
turn,
unless I'm on the
until it's your
agenda.
turn, all right, then you be quiet, or you will
Yes.
be taken off the agenda. I can do that.
I
quiet.
probably wouldn't be a good idea, you got your officers here, but I still got my camera rolling.
I don't care.
Okay, well, that's what that thing's here for,
Yes.
So anyway,
Fine.
cause you don't
Yes.
care.
excuse me, so we have a statement from Reese Fredrickson, the Pine County Attorney. Good afternoon. I have reviewed the resolution and process and correspondence with the Minnesota Association of Townships General Counsel. The resolution and steps outlined are appropriate. Should disruptive behavior at the Arna Town meetings become a violation of state trespass or disorderly conduct statutes, this office will proceed with prosecution. Period. Got it?
What do you mean by that, sir? Got
Well-
what? What are we supposed to get?
I'm free to talk. I'm expressing
Well,
my...
you're being real nasty about
I
it.
am.
You're looking at all of us, got
Todd,
it?
Todd,
I mean,
that's
that's not
Todd,
the way you treat your
shut up.
residents.
I'm a
Time.
citizen. How do you
That's
treat me?
Goodbye.
I'm not a board member
It's
right
time.
now. I'm
Honestly.
exercising my individual First
I don't have
Amendment.
to,
He's
listen.
being
You don't have to
meaningful.
listen.
Stop yelling now!
Hey,
Please talk.
you're not
Please talk.
refereeing here.
Please talk
You're
now.
not refereeing here.
Please.
When you
Stop.
said got it, like we're nobody.
Todd, shut up.
Stop.
I'll stop
Please.
talking, but
Todd,
come on,
please
man,
be
show some
quiet.
respect.
And
It's
you're not a
respect.
referee.
This is all about respect, sir. I you
Okay,
know.
then let's
Board
have some
meeting.
respect.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, my statement. You've just heard statements in support of our disruptive behavior resolution from both the Pine County Sheriff and the Pine County Attorney. Significantly, they both agree with our ultimate solution to our problem as an issue of trespassing. From now on, nobody can say they didn't understand. We now have 3 attorneys who all agree with this policy. The Pine County Attorney Reese Fredrickson, Minnesota Township Association Attorney Steve Fensky, and our Township Attorney Mike Curry. Everybody needs to stop a moment and digest these facts. From today going forward, after following the chairperson of either the town board or in the planning commission meetings, if the disrupting person refuses to leave the meeting after being asked to do so, then that person becomes subject to the trespass laws under Minnesota Statute 609.605. After a citation by the Pine County Sheriff's Office, the county attorney, not Mike Curry, will prosecute the offense at his discretion. And by the way, yes, the town board can delegate this authority to the chair of the planning commission. Despite many allegations of such, this is not a First Amendment free speech issue. This is not a ploy to stifle public comment at township meetings. This resolution is simply a way to stop 2 or more people from talking at the same time. At last Wednesday's planning commission meeting, I could not hear a simple question from Cheryl Wickham sitting right beside me due to the excessive noise. Disruption by people talking simultaneously or even from simple noise prevents other people in the audience from hearing what's going on. These people also have the constitutional right, that of hearing the meeting.
You don't have to stand behind me, do you?
Every deliberative body,
No,
from
I'm-
Congress to the Minnesota legislature, to the Pine County
I
Board,
don't feel comfortable
to every
right now.
school board, every city council, every township, planning commission, and so forth, all up and down the line. These are all run by a chairperson with a gavel. The symbolism of the gavel is blatantly obvious to everyone. It is no secret. What stupid person would challenge a judge in a courtroom over his use of his gavel? One of its many purposes is to stop 2 people from talking at the same moment. The chairperson wields the gavel. In the public gallery in Congress, if the public becomes disruptive, then everyone knows they will be ejected by the sergeant at arms or the congressional police. Public meetings in Minnesota are conducted pursuant to the open meeting law. As also stated in the resolution, there is no constitutional or statutory right by the public to say even one word at a public meeting. All discussion is controlled by the chairperson. The public can attend the meeting, they can record and watch it, they can and should be able to hear what the board says. That's it. Further, even with and under some agenda process, the town board can A, winnow out frivolous agenda requests as being a waste of time. Even though a person has submitted an agenda request, that alone is not a mandate to be allowed to speak. And even with an agenda request approved by the board, there is again no guarantee it will be heard that night should time run short. Now, that's on the first half. Here begins the second half of what I want to talk about, which is a request to the town board. I'm speaking to the town board more than to the audience now, asking my town board for something, which is a request to you, the town board, that you consider the following topics as those we do not need to waste time on over and over and over again. Obviously, the town board always needs to be open to public input, but I contend what's going on recently is exactly the opposite. The issues I am talking about have been talked about to the point of exhaustion. By now, if someone doesn't like the answer, they have three solutions. A, to elect a different board member in March. B, get help from the county attorney. Or C, sue the township in district court. There is no reason for the town board meetings to run 5.5 hours to 11:30 at night. Also, a few of the items that follow are zoning issues raised by the public that I have tried to explain but have been unable to answer due to being shouted down. These are important and require a reply. Concerning the trespass resolution, the accusations of stopping free speech, suppressing dissent, and other such red herring issues have all been aired. They've all been thoroughly answered, both by my discussion tonight and at many town board meetings. These issues are done. Tam Elwine, the people keep electing her, the town board cannot undo that. No township official is required to offer their private phone number or address on our website, for example, except Cheryl for clerk correspondence and me for zoning permits and questions. Calling a P.O. box defensive is asinine. The issue is done. Derek's homestead property class was determined by the Pine County assessor, not by Arna Township. He is a resident, period. There is no rule a township supervisor must have a Minnesota driver's license. If he needs a Minnesota driver's license because of some other law, that might be true, but such is a total non-issue towards qualification as a supervisor. This issue is done.
You have 30 days to transfer your license to
Todd,
where he lives.
that's
Minnesota
enough.
That's fine, but it doesn't
You're
disqualify him as a
interrupting again,
It's
supervisor.
a Minnesota law.
Well,
You're interrupting.
Your law.
that's
You're
fine, but
law
that
is
does
interrupting
not
again.
disqualify him as a supervisor.
Be quiet, please.
He
Yeah,
could
30
get a
days.
speeding ticket, that does not disqualify him as a
Okay,
supervisor.
you have 30 days.
Good, if he has 5
30
minutes,
days.
I don't
That's
care.
his
It
problem.
does not disqualify him as a supervisor.
He's still
So-
a resident.
He has credentials for Webster, Wisconsin, his driver's
We
license.
all know this. So what?
We're saying it is a deal.
So what?
No, who?
Okay, that's how you guys
Who-
are treating
hey,
us.
Todd, answer me one thing. Who is we? Who is we?
You're looking at us, we the
It's
people.
the state law,
Yeah,
the county
We
assessor
the
gave
people,
him
your residents, we're right
homestead
here.
property tax, which the township
We're
didn't
right
do,
here.
he's a resident. He
I
has
say we,
homestead
I'm not a
property
selfish
tax.
All of my residents changed by next week.
No, you are not a resident.
Yeah,
It'll be changed by next week.
D, Larry Larson has resigned the planning commission.
finally.
Nobody has ever been paid for a meeting they did not attend. This issue was done long ago. Everyone has the right to see public records. When someone wants a copy or township record work, as the request earlier about how much have we spent on Mike Curry, we should stick to our policy of charging for it. You have only the right to ask the treasurer to bring in the books and you can see them. We don't have to put any piece of paper in your hand without charging you our cost for making that list for you. You can request it, there's a form for it on the website.
I just wanna see it.
Okay, well, that's what you need to know.
We'll never know
They
who
don't
she
need to
is.
provide you any list, you can go
Don't
through
know
all the
where
I
it
lists.
asked for a list, I asked to
Never
see
seen
it.
her, don't know her,
Well, let me go on.
don't know her.
Concerning the March 2023 alleged township election fraud, the October 3rd, 2023 meeting with Kelly Schroeder was at least the fifth same answer to the same absurd accusation. Anyone not liking the answer can talk to the Pine County Attorney, who is exactly the statutorily correct person to consider such an accusation. Get your final answer from him. This issue is done.
Who says, you?
Yeah.
Bob,
Bob's
I'm
writing
asking
all
the
this
board.
stuff up?
No, I'm asking the board to consider this issue done.
To shut us up even more?
It's
About,
done, that's what I'm asking.
we
you.
wanna see our treasurer.
No,
What's
as I
wrong with
started, I
that?
said I am
She
requesting
works
this
till
of the
6
board.
o'clock at night, and she
Not
doesn't
you.
have to come.
Todd.
No,
Let it go.
let it go.
Last
Yes.
page, last page, last page.
Just a second. I thought all board meetings, because I used to be on a board, that all attendees of the board are supposed to appear in person. Is that not a
But
true
she's
statement?
not on, she's not,
She's
the
special.
clerk and the treasurer are not board members.
It's listed as your board member, so you're saying there's only 3 of you that are board members?
Voting supervisors.
She's on the website as being a board member.
She's the
You
supervisor.
can ask this
of the
question
board.
She's
when I'm done,
on, she's
please.
in the board member lineup. Board member.
No, she's not.
Yes,
She's
she
the
is.
treasurer. There's 3 township supervisors.
The treasurer is not a
There's
voting
Derek.
member.
Do you want me to pull it
Thank
up
you.
for you and put her in the box? She's in the
That
box.
is
with everyone
misworded on
else.
the website.
Well, then second get her out of there.
Okay, then I'll correct the website. I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I used the wrong word.
make a lot of mistakes.
This is really bad here.
Yeah, you're really bad here.
Come on now, Bob.
Come on now, Todd. I have every right to say to you what you're saying to me. I'm talking as an individual person.
We got a whole meeting to go through.
Yeah, we sure do. We can get there faster.
Why are you doing this?
I am just about done now.
Why are you doing this?
Anyway, one similar, excuse me, quiet please. One similar and often raised issue, and I think you guys will like this, is often raised is that of prosecuting all instances of something, that is, to cheat everyone equally before the law. The Township Attorney Curry has explained there is no law that requires us to attempt such a task everywhere all at once, because such an effort would be beyond the resources of any small township. Hughes's yard came first due to umpteen complaints from the public. Claudia's place was complained about the next most. That's done now, and Erickson's case is on the table. Others will probably follow. Consider being stopped for a speeding ticket and telling the officer, "You're picking on me. You cannot give me a ticket unless you give one to every speeder on the freeway equally right
What
now."
are you doing?
That would be an impossible task for an officer to do.
This is
What
why
is
people
this?
Them
so
giving you a
much
speeding
fun,
ticket is not picking on you.
why
It's
it
not
takes so
signaling
long.
you
Right.
out.
What is this?
Would you be quiet, please?
Because we keep wasting time on this same thing.
Well, this is
So
what we're
I'm
doing.
done, I'm gonna get done here, I
This
got
is
2
what we're
paragraphs left, would you please be quiet?
Oh, man.
Along these same lines, we often hear, "It's my land, and the Constitution allows me to do whatever I want to do." Because a community is a place where everyone must coexist, such sentiment seems childish and selfish, but regardless, selfishness is not against the law. Take the example of an outdoor party going on at 3 a.m. in a residential area in a township with such activity regulated by ordinance. Minnesota Statute 609.74 states, "A nuisance is a condition which unreasonably annoys, inures, or endangers the safety, health, morals, comfort, or repose of any considerable number of people. Is excessive noise on one's land okay because he can do anything he wants? Why does the zoning guy, who does the zoning guy work for if he enforces the ordinance? Do I enforce the ordinance for the person that wants to get to sleep? Or do I enforce the ordinance for the guy that thinks he has a right to have a loud party? We know one way or the other, I'm not gonna be working for that resident of the township, no matter which way I go. Something you need to consider. The same Revolutionary War that brought us the Constitution also brought us the concept of public waters. Back in England, royalty owns all the rivers and lakes. The Minnesota DNR shoreland rules apply in all 87 counties. Based on public input, we have restricted the Hay Creek flowage to the highest possible level of protection. Hundreds of people camp, fish, hunt, collect rice, and otherwise use those waters. You would think someone who owns land on that river and shouts equal application before the law would not try to shirk the DNR rules by shouting, "It's my land and I can do anything I want." Put another way, this means everybody should be nailed equally, but I'm immune from being nailed because it's my land and I can do anything that I want. Now that's the very difference of an antithesis. Two things that are the opposite to each other at exactly the same time. Thank you.
Wonderful speech.
That was totally worthless.
Good. That's why the meetings take
That
so
was
long. You
totally
gotta listen
just
to him babble.
obnoxiously worthless.
No, it's listening to you two babble. Now would you please?
But we got all kinds of business to do.
Okay.
You got all kinds of business and you're complaining about us? He just
Don,
broke
you're
some,
on- Don,
if I could say
you're-
Bob's
something.
not on the board neither, he should sit in the,
He can sit wherever he wants to sit. Now,
Well,
would
can
you
I sit
just-
up there too?
Only if I can use this on you.
This is
Oh,
really,
I
it
didn't look
ain't
at
even
it as an
funny.
assault.
Joke.
You wouldn't wanna do that to me.
Okay, let's get rolling here.
Wouldn't I?
Let's get rolling.
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
Just to show a good faith that we will listen to Todd, give him his
Yeah,
agenda,
yeah,
let him
he's
speak, and let him get done with what he
No,
wants.
I just wanna move on. I don't wanna be first.
I'm asking.
I'm not that selfish.
I'm just
out there.
asking that the town board show you that you're gonna be heard. That's
No,
all I'm
I
asking.
understand.
That's all I'm
He's
asking.
on the
Okay,
agenda
well,
and he will.
Are you
Yeah.
supposed to be up there?
No,
Okay,
I am
well,
not.
why are you speaking?
I'm a concerned citizen just like
Donald
you.
Gibbs
Well,
is the
okay,
first.
concerned with
Hi,
yourself.
would you be quiet?